New week, boys. We're about to crush it once again. Now, I have been seeing people say you replaced a lot of your habits with good productive habits. Can I get some examples of that? Well, I'll explain right now. This is the perfect moment because I had, right before this, maybe a few minutes ago, I had the urge, and it's still there, to watch porn. So what am I gonna do to get rid of that urge? Well, I'll show you. That's exactly what I do whenever I have the urge. Completely gets rid of it, and it tricks your brain into seeking more productive things as a dopamine source rather than something super easy like watching porn and masturbating. Now, as for the food side of things, if you struggle with your eating habits, which I did as well, I used to eat the most garbage foods, like processed foods, like snacks, a bunch of baked goods, a bunch of chocolate, and very greasy processed foods is in my meals too as well. For that, one of the best things you can do, what I did with baked goods, chocolates, those processed snacks, whatever, what I would do is I just started cutting them out, and I would say, well, now that I don't have this anymore, I crave something sweet, right? Because I was eating that for forever, and it would, like, you crave the sweet and maybe the salty, right? So I would have like fruits mainly to replace that. So I took away the sweet processed foods and I just replaced it with fruit. So I would just mainly berries, right? So blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. I'd go crazy on those whenever I have like the sweet tooth sensation where I want to have something sweet. And everything else, I have my big meals, I have a lot of protein with them, right? And that's another thing. If you have a lot of protein with your main meals, it'll satiate you so that you don't really want to eat anything else. You won't really snack throughout the day. You'll just eat your meals and that's it. I can't really hit biceps today. It's so hard for me because I slept on my arm like this and I cut off circulation from my elbow down and now it's sore as hell. Off topic as hell though. I appreciate every single one of you guys because I've been getting a lot more subs lately and a lot more engagement on my videos. Super grateful. Bro, I don't even care. I don't need hundreds of thousands of viewers, hundreds of thousands of subs, and a huge audience. Dude, I'm happy if 5 people just actively watch my stuff every single week when I post new stuff. I'm happy if maybe 5 to 10 people do it, right? That's like, even if we grow to hundreds, millions of subs and followers across our platforms, which we will, I'm always gonna treat it the same way as I'm trying to talk to every single person individually and help every single person individually. Boom, another successful week. I'm actually very confident now. I'm a winner. That's just how it is now. I'm just a winner. That's just my identity. We win. That's it. Like I said when I was talking about replacing habits, I said I replaced the processed foods with fruits mainly. But for scrolling, doom scrolling or video games, whenever I catch myself doing that or I feel the urge to do that, to just pull out my phone and do that, I resort to either journaling or doing work that I have to do anyways, and I just go and get that done. And that kind of helps me to stay on track and to be more productive and not kill time, because I'm sure once you get on the feed and you start scrolling, it takes a while for it to stop, and oftentimes it doesn't stop. I was walking down my street before and while filming, and there was one of the people in my street just outside. I don't know what she was doing. She was just staring at me while I was talking to my phone, and she probably thought I was a weirdo. But I am the exception. That's how you have to be, bro. When you start to become better and you start to do things that other people don't do, you'll become the exception and people will treat you as such. You'll start to get weird looks. People will think you're weird. You'll get outcasted from whatever friend group you're in. Those are all things that had happened and are still happening to me. But I don't care because I'm living in my truth. That's it. That's all that matters. I just walked past a guy in my neighborhood, and this guy, I walked in this neighborhood many times before, and there's always just regular cars parked and stuff, but right there recently he has a G-Wagon and he has a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, first time I saw it, it was parked on the street. It wasn't in his driveway. So I was like, you have like some rich family member that's coming to visit? And then but I still was like, oh cool, Rolls-Royce, whatever. I come back, it's in his driveway. And then I'm like, no, this guy owns these cars. And I'm like, damn, I'm so curious what he does. Most likely, he's taking advantage of all the opportunities online, and he's creating content in some way as well. But I'm very curious. Whenever I see people like that, especially in my own neighborhood, I'm just so tempted to like go and network and really ask them some questions and get to know how they got in that situation and what advice they would give to someone like me. I'm gonna be like him one day. In the near future, I mark my words, I will be exactly like that guy. I know I've said this before, but I'll keep saying it over and over. I'm super grateful as hell. We gained 6 subscribers this week. I'm grateful for all 6 of you who joined the squad. We're gonna continue improving our content. We're gonna continue providing as much value to you as possible from my journey. And I have a few projects I'm working on. I'm making a digital ecosystem that's designed to take you guys from where I was essentially before this to even beyond where I am currently. And I'm putting my heart and soul into it. I'm procrastinating though on it because it could have been done by now, but I always want to add more to it because I'm scared that it won't be good enough for you. I really want to make sure that it gives you the transformation you deserve. Also, I kind of, well, like some of you may not have as much time as I do to focus on the betterment of yourself. But even if you have school and you have a lot of assignments, a lot of homework, you can still manage your time in such a way to where you can have time to do things that can improve you and your character. I know a lot of people to where if they cut out the doom scrolling and if they cut out the video games, they would have the time to focus on their own self-improvement and self-development, even with school and homework. So it's literally just a time management issue. That's all it is. Because I know for a fact as well that no matter what bad habits you have and what your situation is, if you swap out those habits with productive habits, specifically like let's say like you doom scroll, you play too many video games, you're addicted to porn, okay? If you do the exact same system I do and you implement the exact same habits that I've implemented, you will get the exact same result. If you implement more habits than I've been implementing, more productive habits, you will get even more results than I got. If you want to change your life, I'm sure you know of a few things you had to do, and like those are the only things that need to be done to where you can change your life and bring your life from here to here. For me, I knew that I wanted to improve myself in this way, and I knew I wanted to document my journey and build an audience around it. So one of the things that needed to happen for me to change my life and get it to this level was to start posting and to start iterating and improving my life. Because everyone has goals. Everyone. You could be like the underachieved person in the world, and you could be with so many addictions, and I'm assuming you would still have goals, right? Even if your goals are very small and mediocre, right? So it's like you could maybe have a goal to where someone like me at my level would look at it and be like, I don't know if that would be a goal I would have, you know? It's like, for example, you could have a goal where it's like, I just want to stop scrolling for one day, right? And that's a good goal for a lot of people. But for me, at my level, not scrolling for a day is like, it's easy. I wouldn't even consider it a goal. Not scrolling for 6 months to a year, that's a goal for me, for my level, because I've already done it. I've already stopped scrolling for a day. I've already achieved those goals, right? So now when I look at that, it's a small goal. The magnitude of that goal isn't the same. There we have it. We're done this week. What can I say? Same thing as last week. I'm just fully shifted in my identity. I'm not even like, it's the point where I don't even have to think about it anymore. I don't even have to think like, yeah, did I scroll today, or did I do this, or did I do that? And like completely, it's weird going from what you were to like who you are when you're done the journey. I mean, to be fair, I'm not done the journey, right? The journey is life itself. It's a lifelong journey. But as far as the transformation, that's pretty much complete. And it's weird going from what I was to now. It's like identity shifts, because it's like, I never see myself being like this. So now that I'm embodying it, it's like really me, It takes some getting used to, but we've done it. So I'm literally just maintaining this now, right? This is literally my lifestyle. I'm gonna link next week's video. Remember, I'm just a normal dude. I was exactly like you. Perhaps your situation was worse than mine. Perhaps we had the same negative habits, and I'm here now. So that's proof to you that you can literally do it, right? If you're in a first world country like I am, you have like no excuse, right? If you go broad like that with your perspective, we have it easy. To complain and to not improve yourself would be kind of selfish and stupid, because we have all the time in the world. We have so much opportunity. Remember, you can do exactly what I'm doing. It all starts in the mind.